Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. I told you guys that I would eventually have a greenhouse session. And so here we are in the greenhouse. The weather is finally beginning to cool down in the mornings. And so if you'd like to see what I'm doing today in the greenhouse, stay tuned. I had some chicken wire or some fencing. I'm not sure exactly which one this is called, but I've had this since the North Texas house. So what I'm doing is I'm just affixing it to the top of my makeshift tables. Now, what I used to make this makeshift table was our dining room table was crated. A crate was created around the tabletop in order to ship it. It's a stone tabletop dining room table. So I kept the crate, cut it in half, reinforced it to where I could have somewhat of a stable tabletop. I think it's pretty sturdy. It doesn't look like much, but I don't need it to look like a beauty queen. I need it to work. I needed to hold what I needed to hold. So the legs, I don't know if you all noticed in several of my videos, I had some pallets stacked up by the back fence. And I had, my husband and I worked together and we cut these pallets not only in half, but we cut them down by about 2 boards to make legs. And so that's what I'm working on today. I am affixing this wire to the top of this table so that I can have soil pass through. I can put a bucket under and collect my soil when I'm potting up. I can use this to hold my pots when I'm growing in here or overwintering. If any water gets on here, it can fall through. I did show you all the floor when I was creating this greenhouse, but I'll show you the floor again. Let me show you the floor. Excuse my tripod. The floor is nothing but a big piece of wood that the movers gave me. They laid this wood down because it had been raining, so it was really muddy and they didn't want to attract mud into my home. So they laid this huge piece of wood, as you can see. And as they were leaving, they said, "Hey, we don't want to take that with us. Do you want it?" I said, "Yes, please leave that for me. Thank you so very much. I like free." And of course, I took wood chip and I stacked it around the corners along the back sides, along the sides. And that way, oh, you guys can't see. Sorry, I'm moving so fast. And that way I have a floor that I'm not worried about anything getting on it and making it dirty. It is going to eventually rot. That's fine. I will do the same thing over and over. Put the wood chip down, maybe I'll put some paver stones in here. I don't know. But for right now, I'm using reused items in order to make this greenhouse work. So let me show you all the table that my spouse and I made. Like I said, the top is a crate and the legs are pallets. It is not at all pretty. Like I said, I don't need it to be pretty. I need it to function in the ways that I need it so that when I'm using this greenhouse, it works for me. Now, you all know when I built the greenhouse, I put in this water tubing. This can be used as a drip irrigation. It can also be used as like a hose. I can put a hose end on this. I haven't determined how I want to use this yet. I'm probably going to use this like a hose. So let me get back to finishing off my table because that's what I'm doing, and I'll be back when I'm finished. Now that I have the vast majority of the top of the table, and as you can see, it's pretty taut. I have the vast majority of the top of the table down. I have a tiny piece down there that I'm going to have to cut a small portion to add to close that end off. I didn't have quite enough, but that's okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tack down this front piece just a little bit, and I will cut off the excess because I don't need all of this. I'm just going to tack it down just like so. All right, y'all. I know y'all don't want to hear all this noise, so I'm going to finish this off and then I'll be right back. Now I'm going to take my bolt cutters. I know that seems excessive, but that's what I'm using. I'm going to just cut off the bottom half of this fencing wire. Now, I probably need to go inside and get my smaller one because this really does seem like an awful lot. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go in the house and get the smaller one because this one's going to take me a minute because it's so big and cumbersome. Let me see if I can do it. Well, I know I can, but it's just, this is a pain. Let me go get the smaller one. I overshot on that one, y'all. Overshot. Alrighty. So, got my smaller ones. And somehow I gave myself a nasty blister. So that's going to hurt tomorrow. So I'm just going to cut through this wire. It's a little bit easier for me to handle than to have to deal with that really big one. Takes a little bit less time than the big one. But I thought that was the better choice when I grabbed it. It was not. So I'm going to cut this and then I'll be right back. Now that I have cut this piece off of the bottom, I am going to lay it over here on the side. I hope you all can see. I only need a small piece on the side over here. So I was going to try to see if I could fit it up under this end piece, but I had a grand idea to go ahead and staple it down. So now I can't lift a part of it up because it is secure. And I don't feel like taking that staple off, but I may need to so I can put this little piece up under here. So let me get this staple taken out of here and I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and stapled part of it down over here on the corner. The original piece only stopped right here in front of the wood, and I did not want that. I wanted to get another piece of wire to go here. So I'm just going to staple it down in the middle like I did the other big piece so that it stays on. And then at the top, I'm also going to bend this corner down and staple it along the corner and the front like I did the other piece. And I'm going to take this side piece, bend it down kind of like a Christmas gift, just like that. I'm going to staple this over here. I don't know if you guys can see, but so I'm just going to staple it down right here in front. Put my gloves on since I already have a blister. I don't want to continue that. I'm going to staple it down here. I'm also going to staple it right here where the two pieces join. I'm going to try to anyway. Nope. I think I need some more staples. Let's see. Yep. Need more staples. This project is coming together finally, and I'm excited about it. I am losing light, so I don't know if I'll finish the second table tonight. I think I'm going to call it a night once I finish this one. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. So let's see about stapling these two, joining them together. Let's see. There we go. And then I'm also going to staple the back side over here, which you all cannot see. One side is complete as it is going to be. One down, one to go. As you can see, this piece is much longer than the last piece. So I'm going to start with stapling it down, cutting off that end roll down there, and then cutting along the front and stapling that down. And then I'll be done for the night. I'm going to staple this down first, then I'm going to cut the extra roll off down there, so that way it's on here and I don't have to worry about it moving. So I'm going to do the same thing I did, just staple it down, keep it taut, so hopefully it doesn't buckle, and then I will be right back. All right, everybody, I have finished cutting the top of my garden greenhouse table. I have finished bench number 2, and I'm losing light as we do at this time of the season. But let me just show you what it looks like. This is the entrance to my greenhouse, and these left and right are the tables. That was a family affair. It was a struggle to get these in here because it's been so hot. The weather has changed, and so the mornings are cooler, like I mentioned. So, but we got them done. I finished them off, and so soon, very soon, I will be loading up the greenhouse with lots and lots of fall goodies. I'm even going to overwinter in here. So we will be having greenhouse discussions, just to check up, check on, see what's going on in the garden. You have not seen very much of me this summer because it has been so incredibly hot, and I have not done much in my garden. But let me turn y'all around. As you all can see out the greenhouse door, I do have a garden. It's okay. I have planted many of fall plants, seeds. I do have fall plants out there, so we will be growing. And I'll be stacking this greenhouse with some of the delicates that are in the garden and some of my starts. I probably will start a couple of things in the greenhouse in in winter time, probably around January. I'll start maybe a couple more peppers. Can't have enough peppers. I will be overwintering my peppers in here. So that's all for me today, y'all. So I hope to see you guys in the next one. Y'all know what I'm about ready to say. So let me get back to this, and I'll see you guys either in my kitchen or my garden real soon. Bye for now.